It's Monday, June 30th.
Expect to see some buildup of pressure as we approach those final days of an ongoing negotiation.
Bridging talks, Canada has now scrapped its digital services tax targeting U.S. tech firms just hours before it was supposed to kick in. Badly hurt, two teens are in critical condition after being electrically shocked in an abandoned building in Montreal. Oh, Gold Cup heartbreak. Canada is out of the CONCACAF Gold Cup after losing on penalties to Guatemala. It's the end of their last chance at a trophy before next year's World Cup.
From the beginning, it was celebration and demonstration. It should always be celebration and demonstration.
Pride and protest. Canada's largest pride parade has wrapped up after a beautiful day for the annual celebrations. Stay with us, Canada. Your morning starts right now. Good morning, Canada. Welcome to Your Morning. I'm Anne-Marie Mediwake.
Good morning. I'm Lindsey Deluce.
And I'm Kelsey McEwen. There are at least like 3 days a week where I sit down and Lindsey and I haven't seen each other prior to the start of the show, and we're all watching headlines, and then she looks up at me and
like,
we'll go,
oh, because you're facing that way. It's just I said oh because your red lips, but it looks really, really nice this morning. And it's appropriate because we are, of course, celebrating Canada Day tomorrow.
Yes.
So your Canada Day lipstick?
Canada Day.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Nice to see everybody here. I mean, this is like the in-betweeny day.
It's the weirdest.
It is the weirdest.
Do you know who's the only person in my house who has today off?
Who?
Charlotte. No daycare.
Oh, I was
Everyone else has things. I have work. Jay has work.
Yeah.
Boys have camp.
Yeah.
Nothing for the 4-year-old.
Oh, no.
Like, enjoy your day off.
That's so funny.
Of all of the people in the household.
Right?
That is the one where we need to have the day on.
That's
Always
right.
on.
Always on.
Always on.
7 days a week. Hey, speaking of Canada, Canada has removed its digital services tax just hours before it was set to take effect in a bid to advance trade talks with the U.S. This comes just days after U.S. President Donald Trump called off trade talks with Canada over its targeting of U.S. tech firms. Minister of Finance François-Philippe Champagne says this, quote, rescinding the digital services tax will allow negotiations of a new economic and security relationship with the U.S. to make vital progress and reinforce our work to create jobs and build prosperity for all Canadians. The Finance Ministry says Prime Minister Mark Carney and President Trump will pick up trade negotiations, the talks again, in order to agree on a deal by July 21st. Meanwhile, in an interview with Fox News that was airing yesterday morning, U.S. President Donald Trump continued with his comments about annexation.
I love Canada. Frankly, Canada should be the 51st state, okay? It really should. Canada is a very tough country to deal with, I will say that.
But you said,
and I love Canada.
you have USMCA in place.
I know, but
You'll have to deal with it.
USMCA is no good if they cheat.
So Donald Trump also said he's not planning to extend the 90-day pause on global tariffs. That is set to expire, by the way, on July the 9th. We are now less than 24 hours away from Prime Minister Mark Carney's self-imposed deadline to take down internal trade barriers in this country. Even though he's largely kept election promises, experts say bigger changes are needed.
We need more and better rail. We need more and better roads. We need improvements to our bridges, to our ports.
Prime Minister Mark Carney has kept his big election promise to take down internal trade barriers by Canada Day. Most barriers to trade in this country, though, exist at the provincial and territorial level, meaning it is up to the provinces and territories to remove their own trade barriers. We know that Ontario, Nova Scotia, PEI, and Quebec have all introduced or passed legislation to reduce barriers. Experts also say if Mark Carney is adamant about getting provinces to match Ottawa's free trade efforts, he could use transfer payments to try and convince premiers to reduce those barriers. In other news today, 2 teenagers are in critical condition after being electrically shocked in an abandoned building in Montreal. Officers responded to a call Saturday for an explosion in a vacant building. Police say the teens allegedly broke into the building to steal various items. A 17 and 18-year-old were found badly injured after handling an electric circuit breaker. 2 other teens were unharmed, arrested at the scene. They will appear in court at a later date. Tim Hortons customers who thought they had won a boat playing Roll Up the Rim can now go ahead and sue.
Under Quebec law, you can ask for what's called specific performance. So you told me I want a boat. I want delivery of the boat. That's what our clients in the class is alleging for now. Obviously, if they want to offer an equivalent amount in money and save on the delivery fees of the boat, I'm sure my client would entertain that.
Quebec Superior Court judge has authorized a class action lawsuit against Tim Hortons after customers, they received emails claiming they'd won a boat and a trailer playing Roll Up the Rim. This was last year. Turns out those emails to 500,000 customers. Oopsie, mistake. The judge says the class action can go forward, but has limited it to just Quebec residents. The law firm says clients should be awarded the boat and trailer they were told they won. The lawyer representing the claimants is also asking for punitive damage of $10,000 per customer. The prize's value is reportedly about $64,000. Lululemon has filed a lawsuit against Costco. Lululemon is accusing the wholesaler of selling knockoffs of some of its most popular items. So this lawsuit filed in a California court alleges Costco is selling dupes of Lululemon scuba hoodies and sweatshirts. The lawsuit also alleges Costco is selling jackets and pants that are Lululemon knockoffs. Costco has yet to respond to this lawsuit. A nasty heat wave is gripping parts of Europe, with some countries feeling temperatures of more than 40 degrees Celsius.
It's really hard currently because the temperatures are above 45 degrees.
Can I show you a live look? Do we have it? I want to show you a live look of Seville, Spain, if we have it. There we go. Look how hot it looks. I mean, tank tops, that tells you everything. So a new record, though, was set for June on Saturday. It was 46 degrees in southwestern Spain, near the border with Portugal. There are a number of red heat warnings across the continent in parts of Portugal, Italy, Croatia, while the UK, Spain, France, Austria, Belgium, Hungary, Serbia, and Switzerland all have amber heat alerts. I'm sure Kelsey will break that down later. It was a frustrating end to Canada's run at the CONCACAF Gold Cup.
Jose Morales, so influential down the left during the game. And he's won it for Guatemala. Canada's long wait for a Gold Cup trophy will continue.
Canada fell 6-5 in a penalty shootout Sunday night. Things had been going well. Jonathan David putting Canada up 1-0 in the 30th minute after being awarded a penalty, but things took a turn just before the half. Jacob Schaffelberg was given a second yellow card, sent off, forcing Canada to play with 10 men for the rest of the game. Guatemala tied it in the 69th minute. And the rest is history. A disappointing end, though, for Canada, right? As this Gold Cup was their last chance for competitive matches ahead of next summer's World Cup. As Pride Month winds down, Toronto celebrated in a big way with the Pride Parade.
The diversity of the groups has increased from small amounts to big amounts. Every group counts. Everyone's voice needs to be heard.
The largest Pride Parade in the country included more than 25,000 people and 250 community groups taking part in the actual parade. Organizers, as we've been talking about, faced challenges this year, including rising costs and the loss of a number of corporate sponsors. The parade was also halted on several occasions by a pro-Palestinian group voicing their opposition to what they call corporate pride. Pride, as we know, is meant to be a celebration, but also serves as a reminder that US LGBTQ+ rights are being challenged or eroded in other countries, and Canada remains a place to celebrate.